Hey, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, man. This is your brother Garvey. I got my man Thunder in the building, ready to break people's hearts and get on people's nerves. What's going on with you, Thunder?
What's good, man?
I see you got your winter hat on. You was outside today. Was it cold? It was like 4 degrees today. Where am I?
I
How was
try to
the
go
day?
on like a 3 mile walk every day, and my body just can't warm back up, bro. It's tough.
Go ahead, bro.
I got the heat on. I got the space heat on. I got two heats on, and I'm
Oh,
still cold.
oh man. I heard in Chicago they have ice sheets on the ground. So some schools were, they didn't even go to school because of the roads and the ice and all that stuff. But hey,
Yeah,
that's
Alabama
nature.
the same thing. Alabama, they've been out all week. The whole last week they was out.
Hey, J. Kyle, you're about to get blocked for GP, man. Damn, he just coming here with the daggers. Yeah, we talk about that Thursday, man. Every team I picked lost. That shit is crazy. I don't want to get into that. But today we're going to do a show straight to the point and everything. We're going to talk about if MLK, is he the GOAT, the greatest of all times black man ever in the history of America? Is he the
I
GOAT?
didn't. He
Is he
ain't
top five, dead or alive? All right.
top
Are we?
five.
Yeah. No, we're
He
gonna
might
get
be
no answer yet. Are we? Should it be Black History Month or African History Month? All right, or African American History Month. Then we're gonna go back to this conversation we had. Why do we call ourselves black? And we're gonna talk about Umar Johnson versus hip hop. He made a case to say that all these years we got hip hop, they ain't got no university, no school, no hospital, nothing. And they said it's one of the greatest things that ever happened to the black community. But what does it produce other than some millionaires here and there and people getting money? All right.
That's a fact.
There's a couple other things we want to talk about. We're going to talk about racism that you said don't exist. And if we get a chance, so we might have to do that next week. We're going to get deep into that, but we're going to play a couple videos or whatever. Geechee down, we talk about that on Thursday. And for those who don't know, every Thursday is we're going to have our sports show where we get into the sports. We did the first episode last Thursday. So coming up this Thursday is going to be sad for me. I might even hide from doing this show. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'm a sports guy. I do what I do. All right. So now let's talk about Martin Luther King. Is he the GOAT, bro? I say he's the greatest black man ever born, ever lived. I say long live Martin Luther King. That's what I say. What do you
say he might be top five, but that's about it.
The other day,
he might be top five. Like that's a strong mic too.
The other day, Tazariak and WAC 100 got into this. It wasn't a beef or anything, but they got into it on WAC 100 stuff on the Clubhouse.
What'd they say?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows how Tazariak feels about Martin Luther King.
How you feel about it?
He feel that he was wrong. Integration was wrong.
Oh, yeah.
The whole integration process is wrong. And let me say this, by the way, too. I'm going to show you how Tazariak and all them Negroes are hypocrites. Everything you have achieved is because of integration. Every single thing. The contracts you get, the products you sell, everything is because of integration. You rich or have money because of integration.
No, that's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, you wouldn't be able to do your business if you were a black man during segregation time. You wouldn't have gotten the love to sell whatever you're selling. That is my point.
Black people have businesses during segregation.
You couldn't get to buy a house, a car, a certain loan.
Did black people buy houses during segregation?
Yes, they did.
Did black people own?
Not in certain neighborhoods. Not in certain neighborhoods. Okay,
that's fine. But did black people have?
Yes, we did.
They're black millionaires.
That's a bad argument. You know why?
Black millionaires.
I didn't say because listen, what happened is this is what happened to you right now, right?
Oh yeah.
You're trying to take logic out of the conversation. Why? Because I never made an overall statement like all black people never bought houses. All black people never. I never said that. I never said that. In segregation, we were a bit more united than we are right now. It is true because we had a goal. I apologize. We were much more unified because of the situation that we're in. Because we were forced to be segregated.
Unified.
We were. There you go. There you go. So now I say this. I'll say this. Martin Luther King brought us together as a culture because he was a humanitarian. He wasn't just a man. He was a man for all people. He was preaching that gospel, brother. He was preaching that New Testament gospel for real. He was. He was. And his I Have a Dream speech, whether he wrote it or some Jewish guy wrote it or some homosexual guy or whoever guy, I don't care who wrote the speech. It was a hell of a speech. I have a dream. He didn't get to live to see the dream, but there's a day right now where there are communities that are united based off the fact of Martin Luther King. I'm in this country because of Martin Luther King.
No,
because of its movement. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Because immigrants are allowed rights because of the Civil Rights Act. So this is why I have to always give honor and respect to my African-American brothers before me and give honor to them because of what Martin Luther King fought for, civil rights. You see, you can't get around that. He was the torch, the lightning torch behind the Kennedys and all of them or whatever they was doing. This guy was out there putting his life on the line, Thunder, for you to go to school and learn what you learned.
So for some white people.
No, yeah. He
should be glorified because he gave his life so I could go to school with some white people, bro. That's what we're doing?
Nah, I think you're being very bland right now.
Of course I
am. And I'm gonna say this to you carefully. Be careful what you're saying.
Because
without Martin Luther King, you wouldn't have had Garfield. Without Martin Luther King, you wouldn't have had other people around. Even Malcolm in his later days met with Martin Luther King, sat down with him because he saw the importance of a Dr. Martin Luther King.
No immigrants came from Jamaica before 1963.
That's a lie. Remember, we had swallow migrants.
I know it's a lie. That's what I'm telling you. Okay. You ain't need no MLK to come to this country, man.
Yeah, because some of the rights, listen, Garfield, I'm not scared to say it, whether the FBA or ADOS will acknowledge it, is the fact that certain rules and certain laws in place protect Garfield because of his immigration status. And also it protects us. It protects us while we're getting a job and several different things. As a matter of fact, the LGBTQ movement has to honor Martin Luther King because remember they couldn't because of sexual orientation. It's in the Civil Rights Act. So because of him, they have a lot of rights. So people are saying, why would homosexuals support Martin Luther King? Because of what he's fighting for gave them a lot of rights. It seems like, though, not to break anybody's heart, it seems like all these rights are geared for African Americans. It seems like it worked for everybody else except them. It worked for everybody else except them. And that's crazy. Go ahead.
Hey, all right, listen, man.
I'll hit you back when I'm done.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to MLK. That's what I say. At the most, I give him his top 5. That's the top end, bro. At the most, I give him top 5. You already know who I got number 1. Everybody should know who I got to be the greatest black man to ever live. Everybody should know by now. Just in case you don't, I believe the GOAT is Elijah Muhammad. That's what I believe. I believe that. And I'm gonna stick with that until somebody show me something that's contrary to that. to that narrative. If you got Carter C. Goodson, if you can name me anybody that's better than Elijah Muhammad, bro. Elijah Muhammad is the GOAT. Dr. King, shout out to him. I ain't tripping, man, because I don't want to be crazy. But I am saying I'm not finna. I don't see how integration to a point it but he was black. What they got? Both of them were black, man. My top 5, Stu Peas. My top 5 is Elijah Muhammad, 1. Probably Frederick Douglass, 2.
Who you say is 5? Who's 5?
I got Elijah Muhammad 1. Easy 1. I got Frederick Douglass maybe 2. I'm thinking I want to put Frederick Douglass there. Then I want to go with probably Nat Turner. I want to go with him. Then we can kind of get into, Malcolm and Martin. I put them kind of in there somewhere. Either 4 or 5.
I don't care who's on your list. I'm saying Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King. I have a dream that one day, no matter how much
you got to look at
Elijah Muhammad. You can't. And in all fairness, I wouldn't compare Elijah. Elijah Muhammad is the greatest single black man that has done a lot of economic and stuff to uplift black men, socially speaking. He did more than Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was more of a uniter, more of a universalist than Elijah Muhammad, and that's just facts.
No,
his work right now, his works with the civil rights movement and everything, you have to give the man the props, bro.
Elijah Muhammad's work.
I'm not saying
Elijah Muhammad's work has far succeeded any time period. I don't need nobody else on the panel, man.
Please, far succeeded. Right, okay, all right, Stupid. He don't want you on.
His work, Elijah Muhammad's work, has far succeeded and exceeded any time period that anything that MLK has ever done. Yeah, see Frederick Douglass far better than I mean that's I got Fred. I'm sorry, Fred was the man, bro. And a lot of people that don't know Fred was the man. And we could do that maybe during Black History Month. We could do a Frederick Douglass Wikipedia joint reading on Black History Month. I think that'd be good. Because a lot of people don't know.
Elijah Muhammad helped a group, not black people as a whole. Good job.
Elijah Muhammad.
But Elijah Muhammad did help us psychologically speaking. When he said the white man is the devil, it was actually to make us feel better as individuals. Not to say the white man is literally the devil, but by pointing that out, he made us psychologically think that we were better as humans. He uplifted us.
No black man is better than Marcus Garvey. What the hell, Marcus Garvey? All right.
Hold on. Marcus Garvey. Hold on.
Can you compare Marcus Garvey to Elijah Muhammad?
No, back to Africa movement that actually failed because of politics and everything. The issue is, though, he united black people more than Elijah Muhammad. He had a greater number. He had a greater number at the time in the 1920s. He had a greater number, greater success. He had a newspaper that was going all over the world. He was more successful than Elijah Muhammad in America and outside America.
So I look at James Corbis. Marcus Garvey didn't say that before Elijah Muhammad. Listen, man, I ain't finna get in there. I just think Marcus Garvey was a product. Dr. King was he's a disciple he's a disciple of the gentleman, not W.E. Du Bois. What's the other one that didn't like W.E. Du Bois? They used to go back and forth. Remember, he came to meet that gentleman. And the guy died. So when the guy died, he actually implemented his economic system. So Marcus Garvey got his blueprint from who did he get it from? Booker T. Washington. Oh, Booker T. Washington. Yeah.
Booker T. did a lot, bro. Compared to works, compare him and Elijah Muhammad. Compared to the works.
Look at his top 5. His top 5 was
Frederick
MLK,
Douglass, Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, and I don't know who's the next person. But I'll say this though, family. I'm not as well rehearsed in American history like others. I just say that I just think MLK is the greatest, man.
He ain't close, man. No, bro. If you think civil rights is the greatest thing that happened to black people, then you'll say that. Now, are you saying that?
It's one of the greatest things that happened to black people.
Yeah, but what's the greatest?
But you know what though? It stopped. It's like we got our eyes off the prize though.
So
we thought that we could eat with white folks and correlate and go in different schools, that it was over. The fight was over. So now the churches. This is where I started disagreeing with the churches. I support the churches from the 18th century, come all the way up to the 1965. After 1965, I don't know what happened to the black church. I don't know what has happened. I'm talking about the black church in Jamaica, the black church in the Caribbean, the black church in America. It seems like everybody's in competition to see who has the biggest church now, instead of trying to see what the movement is really about. And this church and these churches control the voting block for black people. That's the problem. So I say MLK. I say MLK all day.
He ain't close. Look at it could be argued that if it were not for Frederick Douglass, we might still be select.
Nope. No, you're going too far. You're going too far, brother.
How? He
gone too far. How you gonna say Frederick Douglass we might still be slaves? Hell no. You got to make an argument. Maybe I missed that part in my history class in America, because I don't remember Frederick Douglass being the linchpin. Like, if this go this way,
be a good
Moses Dixon. Hold on, Moses Dixon is way more important than Frederick Douglass.
Argument. I see what I hear what he's saying. He ain't way.
Christ was in a camp. Hey, Shalom, bro. Hey, I'm telling you, if you look at what's his name, Moses Dixon, how he organized over 100,000 people. They was about to have a war before the Civil War. And if John Brown didn't go to Boston and start that Tea Party, there would have been a war of over 100,000 black men and women who joined together and started an organization which actually carried on up until the 1980s, the Sons and Daughters or whatever secret movement they had. So don't forget Moses Dixon. I'm going to be talking about him in my shorts during Black History Month, and you're going to hear about him. Moses Dixon, that flipping John Brown, if he ain't start that shit, he probably was an agent, man. He probably is an agent. John Brown was probably an agent for the enemy of black folks for starting that war, for the Boston Tea Party or whatever. But anyway, what's the debate you want to have, Inyami? Everybody want to debate now, but hey, we could talk about it. But I'm telling you right now, the Monty Alfred said, I'm whining. All right, let's move on. Should we have Black History Month? Should it be Black History Month, African American History Month, or African History Month? What do you say? Look like you're freezed out, bro. Thunder, look like you're freezed out, my brother. Thunder, where you at? Abraham Galloway. I've never heard of Abraham Galloway. I'm not even going to front. Thunder, you good?
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. I don't know. I think I gotta may have to reset my modem.
Did girl attack you, man? Did she attack you?
Yeah, no, something going on with my modem. I may have to go reset it, but I'm gonna try it right now on my phone. But you said what was the question?
Should it be Black History Month, African
no.
or African American History Month?
It shouldn't be no month. 0 months. Damn all that. American month. How about that?
So what about Women's History Month?
No. It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's dumber than Black History Month.
What about White History Month?
Yeah. See, this is how racism works, right? This is why I can't stand the black stuff, because you can, by saying black, you are automatically, if you're not including white, you're a racist. You're a racist.
But wasn't it,
according to y'all definition?
So you're against Juneteenth and all that stuff? You're against that?
No, you celebrating the I think it was Texas was the last one. So yeah, you're celebrating that. That's fine. There's no problem with that. Ain't no problem with that. You celebrate the holiday. Just like celebrate 4th of July. That's fine. But you talking about Black History Month, man, that's retarded. Because where's White History Month? Where's it at? We need a White History Month. Now are you going to make that? If you don't make the argument.
All right. Okay. Seeing that we are the oppressed, I'm speaking from an African American perspective, being in America right now. I think that they deserve to have a month, especially all the groups that were penalized because of systematic white supremacy. White supremacy not only affected Black men, but it also affected women, Black and white. Because remember, women weren't allowed to vote at one point because, of course, they're not smart enough. Remember in the movie The Mummy, the guy said, what would a woman know? What does a woman know? In the movie Mummy, the white guy was like, what does a woman know? And she could read the whole Meganetta and tell him which cave is which one and who is Hotep and who is this and who is that. The point of the matter is, my brother, the purpose of Black History Month is to point out the greatness and acknowledge that we did y'all wrong for all these years. We need to recognize your greatness. Now, I do agree that Black History Month is every month. So I am for that argument. But I'm just saying, since we already have it, it's not about if you like that they have it or not. That's not the conversation. The conversation is, should it be Black History Month, African History Month, or African American History Month?
Black History Month. Black
History Month. Okay.
I mean, if you want to teach African history, that's cool too. I mean, I got a problem with that.
Would it be African American History Month, though?
You can do African American History Month. I don't agree with the term African American. I'm not an African American.
So when you vote and when you fill out your documents, what do you put?
Black.
And what if Black is not there?
African American.
Okay, so whether you agree with it or not, it is what it is. Yeah, shout out to Dexter Scott King Jr. He passed today. Was it today or yesterday? I think he passed today. Shout out to that good brother at age 62.
Who was that?
Mungo Slade said it should be Comedic History Month.
Stupid. Yeah, Comedic History. Right. But why not? You might as well. Let's do a Comedic History Month.
Nobody's trying to erase white history, so of course we should have 6 months of Black history every year. That's more than fair.
We should have White History Month. I'm an advocate. I'm going to Congress, and I'm an advocate for a White History Month.
Hey, Eric, you're a human being. You could advocate for whatever you want to advocate for, bro. I ain't even gonna find that. All right, let's move on. Why do we call ourselves Black? No, before we do that, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Why do we call ourselves Black?
I got the book right here. It's From Negro to Black to African American. That's the name of the book, The Power of Names and Namings by Ben L. Martin. But I can't share it because I had to probably reset my cable modem. I don't remember this. I don't ever recall this happening before. So I don't know what's happening. Maybe I got it. Maybe the storm or whatever. It's so cold or what. I don't know. But yeah, that's the name of the book. From Negro to Black to African to Black. From Negro to Black to African American: The Power of Names and Naming, by Ben L. Martin. And it just went on to highlight how all this stuff started, the Black, the Negro, all that stuff, man, was the Black Power movement, late 60s kind of. That's when the term Black really kicked off and was really accepted in that time period. But before that, it was Negro. Everybody knows. I mean, if you don't know this, it's cool. Now, with the term Black and African American used, yeah, of course, but widespread Negro was the term that we embrace.
So why aren't you against the fact that they have African American on the census? Why don't we just have American?
No, I don't believe in race, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but I mean, why separate it? Why aren't we all Americans? I think that's one of the biggest things I've
We are all Americans.
Yeah, but on the census, it should be you're an American.
I agree.
There should be no difference between who and who's not who and all that stuff.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. I don't agree with race. I don't agree with no Black, African. I don't agree with none of that stuff. But if you give me a term, the term that to me make the most sense is color. That's the term I like. But
people of color,
African American is just stupid. I mean, I'm not an African American, man. Ain't nobody had no African American. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody, but very few people came from Africa and was naturalized.
How do you describe an African American? How do you see that term?
A person who came, who was born in Africa, was an African citizen, came to America, became a naturalized citizen of America. Therefore, you are African American.
So the descendants of Africans in the slave trade. So the slaves, majority of them come from West and Central Africa. Would you agree? I think Thunder froze up again. Thunder, you got to stop stealing people's cable, man. Stop stealing people's cable.
I'm froze right now. I'm not froze.
You're good. You're good right now. You could talk. You saw. I could hear you, but you're still frozen. Go ahead and talk. I hear you, man.
Am I froze still?
You're good. You're good. You're good.
No.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, it's something going on with my Wi-Fi. I just had to turn it completely off.
Wi-Fi, man. Stop stealing people's Wi-Fi. You be just.
Listen, bro.
Listen. Let me say this to you. So you're saying
you are Jamaican. You are Jamaican American, correct?
That's fine. That is.
I'm asking you. Are you a Jamaican American?
Jamaican American. That's right.
All right. Thank you.
I'm an Afro-Jamaican American. That's what I am. Afro-Jamaican.
All right. Why do you consider yourself a Jamaican American?
Because I'm not going to leave my roots. My roots is Africa. So I my roots.
Why do you consider yourself a Jamaican American?
No, I don't. I consider myself an Afro-Jamaican American.
Okay. Let's leave the Afro out of it right now. Why do you?
Why would I do that?
All right. Why are you an African Jamaican American?
Because my roots of my ancestors are from Africa, right? Ghana and Nigeria. Now, we call Ghana and Nigeria today. So now, Igbo, Akan, then they migrated to here because of the transatlantic slave trade. And then those children had children and children and children until the children ended up having me. So I'm saying, and then I migrated here. I've been here over 20 years, so I might as well add the American. Shoot, I'm an American.
I said, why you are Afro-Jamaican American? We got the first part. We got the Afro. Now,
then I'm a Jamaican because I was born in Jamaica. That's
okay.
And then I moved to America. I've been here over 20 years, so that's how the American, and I'm an American citizen.
Now, let's get the dagger out. Where your daddy from? Why are you not an Afro-Cuban Jamaican American?
My dad was born in Cuba. But let me just give a background. Let me give a little bit background. Give me 35 seconds. The background is his parents were Jamaicans, but they were Spanish-speaking Jamaicans. They were bilingual because remember, his grandfather, I think our father, helped with the Panama Canal. So his father already had citizenship to come here anyway. He could have come to America. And then on top of it, he lived in Dominican Republic, his father, and his father also lived in Cuba. And it just so happened that they got pregnant and had Cuba and Jamaica had a very good relationship back and forth at the time. And they had him in Cuba. Well, he grew up in Jamaica. He left Cuba when he was 4. I think he was born in a place called Camagüey, Cuba. I gotta ask my brothers. They know more than I do.
That's fine. But the point of the matter is, you don't embrace the Cuban side of your heritage, man, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
See my hairy chest, you'll be like, this boy.
Hold on, let me try to connect right now. I think it's back up.
Definitely Cuban. Definitely Cuban.
Okay.
All right, you good? Look like you freeze again. I went to let me tell you something, Mo. I ain't no Spanish speaker,
Garvey.
but I tell you this. Hey, what's up?
All right, you can't hear me. Okay, all right.
I could hear you now.
All right, cool.
I'm sure blacks in America don't have citizenship anywhere. Well, you know what? Sunshine Shawnee, let me say this to you. With that U.S. passport, let me tell you something, bro. When I used to travel with my Jamaican passport, it was hell. I went to Curacao, then I went to Venezuela just for a trip to like spend some time in a Spanish-speaking country as an exchange student. And it was hell to travel from Jamaica to Curacao to Venezuela. This was when I was like 14 years old. So now, when I have this U.S. passport, bro, I could go anywhere in the world. I could go anywhere. I could go to Timbuktu. I could go to Zimbabwe. As long as you have that U.S. passport, you ain't getting no problems. You might have a little hater here and there, but trust me, that U.S. passport, shit, that's one of the best things that ever happened to me in my life. Shout out to my wife for pushing me to get that passport, boy. Shout out to her. for pushing me to get that. I don't need that. I'm a Jamaican. I don't need that. But once I started traveling out the country, shoot, that Jamaican passport was the worst passport to carry because when you have all the bad vibes or the bad feelings about Jamaicans. Oh, he has weed. He's doing something bad. All type of things come with it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm
That's
telling
great.
you. It's crazy. So calling ourselves black is more of a. Is it a slave master slave thing where Negro was and then it changed to black?
Yeah, I think. We just
said when Kwame Ture said black power. So it's like being black didn't have power. So he said black power. Am I correct? I don't know. I'm trying to get to it. I mean, I'm like, why are we so obsessed with using the term black when it's a racialized term?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm with you. I ain't gonna argue at that point. But I am saying, Kwame, he had a lot to do with it. And I think, he was the fire starter, if you will, just like Jesse Jackson was the fire starter with the African American. No return that we used before, but Jesse Jackson was the man, and Kwame Ture was the man. I think you got the key figurehead.
1988, when he said African Americans, they voted it or whatever. Okay,
yeah, 1988, Chicago.
Jackson was a part of that. He was a part of that.
Yeah, all right, he was.
Let me show this video here. This video of what's his name?
Well, you call it Kwame. I think he was Stokely Carmichael at the time.
Carmichael. I know him as Kwame Ture because Eric Ture Muhammad from the Nation of Islam was my teacher, and I was a part of his organization. And he was assigned to Kwame Ture to bodyguard him in his latter years. So he got the name Ture because of that. And
Okay, so I'm reading right here in this book. It says that the phrase Black Power had been used by Richard White, Paul Robeson, and Adam Clayton Powell in earlier decades. But apart from racial assertiveness and rejection of assimilative integration, the slogan revived by Stokely Carmichael in 1966. Yeah, so yeah, it was even used before him. But he was a guy, he was the figurehead for that. So this is some good history. But MLK, man, the dude was he was the mouthpiece, man. He was the SCLC was they deserve more credit than, well, I ain't gonna say that because the man died, but they deserve just as much credit as MLK because they were the ones that were organizing the civil rights movement, not MLK. MLK was doing what the SCLC told them to do. They came up with the game plan. They came up with the figureheads. They came up with with everything, man. They came up with the lawyers to bail this man out every time he got locked up, and the protection and all this other stuff. All the events, the Pettis Bridge over here in Selma. You think MLK came up with that? Bloody Sunday? No, man. That was the SCLC.
Yeah, but MLK was a part of the SCLC as one of the leaders. So of course he's gonna get all the credit, bro. That's how it goes.
He wasn't one of the leaders of the SCLC. He was one of the leaders of the civil rights movement.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, though, I mean, he was backed by SCLC.
He was backed by the SCLC.
Okay. All right, let me play this right here, this video, and tell me what you think. This is your guy.
Has been around for 50 years. Not a single hospital, not a single school, not a single bank, not a single supermarket, not a single distribution company. How can we call hip hop a blessing to the Black community when that type of money being made off of our culture and the community doesn't benefit from it at all? So you come to the community and give out a few turkeys. You come to the community and give out a few pair of sneakers. You come to the community and you throw a couple parties. And in exchange for some damn turkeys and chickens and some sneakers, you push death and destruction on our children for a living. And we're supposed to be okay with that because you dropped off some clothes and some turkeys. It's not acceptable until hip hop begins to be a blessing for the Black community. Hip hop is an agent of white supremacy. And then the rapper will say, well, we didn't invent violence. You're right. You didn't invent violence. There was gang banging before hip hop. Okay. Facts. There was drug dealing before hip hop. There was black on black crime before hip hop. But let me tell you where hip hop is
not guilty. So much.
Hip hop glamorized it. Hip hop glorified it. Hip hop put a spotlight on negative aspects of Black culture. Hip hop has been around for 50 years. Not a single hospital, not a single school, not a single bank, not a single supermarket, not a single distribution company. How can we call hip hop a blessing to the Black community when that type of money being made off of our culture and the community doesn't benefit from it at all?
Mm.
Yo, I can't disagree with that, Negro.
Not one thing.
Anybody want to come on stage right now and say Umar is wrong?
That's facts. Now, bring anybody up. I'm cool. I'm done. You can bring anybody that want to talk about that. Come on, Sue Peas.
Come on and disagree with Umar Johnson right now. Let me tell you something. Umar got some issues, but that boy know how to talk, and that boy know how to tell the truth when he's ready. He got the Brooklyn magic.
He got the magic.
He got the Brooklyn magic. He said, if you want to ask me 3 questions, you got to buy my book. So people was lined up to talk to Umar, and that's how I ended up with the 3 questions that y'all saw me put up on Instagram and YouTube. Me asking, and nobody's saying this what he's saying. That's the crazy thing.
Well, you got one rapper who he made a mistake. He did it the wrong way. The D1, right? D1, he did it the wrong way. He called out Rick Ross and Jim Jones and all these people by name. And of course, man, that boy about to get the boy about to ride on him because you mess up these people money. But D1 said pretty much the same thing. And we got to stop glorifying the violent aspects of our community. But yeah, to me, that's it.
Yeah. Does anybody have any problem with what Umar said? If you got a problem, come defend it. Come defend it. All right, let's move on to this. This is a pastor, Rick. Let me talk about it.
Why are you showing this, man?
So the pastor have a pregnant mistress.
Why you see now? We sitting here talking about you still attacking the church.
I'm not attacking the church, though.
You are.
How am I attacking the church by pointing out that the church pastor got a mistress pregnant and she came and showed up at
because
church?
you started earlier when you started talking about when you had a problem with the church. See, here go another pastor.
I never said I got a problem with the church.
Come on, man.
Hold up. Why when I bring up something with the church, I gotta have a problem? So hold up. If I bring something about Umar, I got a problem with Umar?
No, you're glorifying Umar. You're giving Umar credit.
All right.
Show something good that these pastors doing. Then okay, then we can go with you.
Let me show you one right now. Let me show you. You're gonna be mad with me, or you're not gonna be mad with me. Let's take a look.
Reagan of the Happy Valley Church of Jesus Christ in Tennessee just got voted the most racist pastor in America. And as you're about to see, that is well deserved.
It's a pitiful thing. Not holy, not wonderful, and everybody should do it. Friends, it's worldly. Why is it so many black basketball stars, black football stars, black baseball stars want a white wife?
Amen.
Woo!
Amen, brother.
Why?
Amen.
Lord
I agree.
mercy.
I agree. Why in the world do they want these snow bunnies?
It's another defiance of God's law. It is a worldly way. And then it creeps over.
What? You agree with that?
You don't agree?
It's against
Tell
God's
me what's
law.
the difference in preaching against bob hair, painted face, shorts, all this, that, and other, being worldly, and we let this worldly means come right in, and we're afraid to say one thing about it.
Preach.
And let me tell you right up front, any of you young people, you want to marry a black man, you girls, don't ask me to do it.
Thank you. Amen.
Johnny
Amen.
Reagan of the
Amen.
Happy Valley Church of Jesus Christ in Tennessee.
So you agree that God says black men shouldn't marry white women? You agree?
No, let's go. Let's stop. Let's not do that part. Do you agree with the overall point?
That's not the overall point. The overall point is he's against interracial marriages. That's its overall
Okay, good.
point.
Do you support that?
Do I support? I support any man who finds a woman that they love. I can't tell no man who they love. I can't tell no woman who they love. That's not my preference.
See, Garvey.
No, I'm not talking. You can't come on here and say that racism don't exist and listen to a pastor saying, I won't marry black and white people, and then say, oh, I support him. And that's a racist ass, but he's racist. But you're trying to say that black men shouldn't marry white women. Why? Yeah. You're an American. Didn't you brag about being an American and you love integration? So now you don't like married white women?
If you're asking me my personal beliefs about race, I say it don't exist. I think it's made up. I think it's retarded. We ain't no race. But we also had to live in reality. Reality is, yes, people have divided us up amongst our skin color. That's just a fact. White people have done it. We've embraced it. Now, with that being said, yeah, the Bible does speak about not marrying outside of, well, let's just say the Jews, right? The Bible does specifically say not to marry heathens, not to marry anybody that were outside of the Jewish race or religion, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the Bible does say that. That's a fact. We can pull that up.
The Bible might imply non-Israelites and Israelite, but not color. You are injecting that in your argument now to try to win an argument today on a Monday evening.
No, that's what I'm saying.
There's no color in the Bible talking about a white man marrying a black woman or a black man marrying a white woman. There's none of that in the Bible, bro.
Well, that's a fact. That's a fact. Well, I'm speaking about how I'm just talking about marriage in general. Marriage in general is supposed to be biblically. The Jews marry the Jews, and all the other heathens marry whoever you want.
Yeah, but that's not black and white. You're mixing up.
I agree. So yeah, you're right. I did conflate those two things. That's fine. No problem. I can't fight that fight. But
you said racism don't exist. But what is this? What is this pastor doing? Is that a racist pastor?
I'm gonna say it again. If you ask me,
he said to my parishioners, Thunder, you the pastor, and you say, yo. You said all these people in the audience, all you, my daughter, I'm not marrying none of y'all if y'all come in no black and white.
That's a fact. I agree with him.
So is that racist? Is he being racist?
Yes.
So you support racism? I thought you said racism don't exist. Yo, you're killing yourself.
Let me say it again. Let me say it again. If you ask me, does race exist? I would say no. That is my personal belief. But I also operate in a realm of reality. Reality is we have been divided by our skin color. You just brought this up probably 30 minutes ago that you didn't even agree why we were divided amongst our skin color. You just said this, right? So I would agree. We should not be categorized by our race.
In reality,
we cannot get away from reality. The realities are we are categorized by our skin color. I don't agree with that. That's my personal belief. I cannot extract my personal beliefs onto society. Society doesn't agree. Society believes that white people and black people and Chinese people, we are all different. I don't agree with that. But again, so we keep everything in this context of reality. I am an advocate for people that look like me marrying people that look like me. That is what I advocate for.
You know what my mom used to say? My mom used to say that she's not 100% against interracial marriages, but they should. But if they do get married, they shouldn't have children. That's what my mom used to say, because she said it's very extremely confusing from two different cultures. She said, I'm not against it. She said, I'm not against it, but I'm against them having children.
I agree with your mom, but I would go to the extreme, though. I'm going to go with, let's just get rid of it all together.
Okay.
She's right, but I just go.
The great Shahrazad Ali said that it started like where you used to have inter-church marriages, meaning like somebody is a Baptist and they marry somebody who's a Methodist. So that's where it started from until eventually black men started.
Well, you know, before, matter of fact, this during our time, man, you couldn't go if you was a Baptist. You weren't going to no Church of God, no Christ. You weren't going to no Catholic church if you was a Muslim, a Protestant, right. You just wasn't gonna go. Period. So I mean, yeah, things have changed. So I mean, from a traditional standpoint, yes, you're right. But we do also have at this point where people do congregate. They got, matter of fact, they got non-denominational and all this other stuff now. They kind of get rid of those boundaries. So, you know,
I want to play this video. Why black folks can't afford to pretend America is post-racial. And this is from this guy. You know, this guy, he's like you. He reminds me of you. You guys share pretty much the same views. But I'm going to play this. This was on, what's his name program? What's that guy named? Bill Maher. Well, y'all check this out. Listen to what Wendell Pierce is saying.
The fact is, while we have this very comfortable colloquial debate about it, when the lights go out and I go out in the street and I get behind the wheel of my car, the most dangerous moment I ever have in my life is when a police officer pulls me over. Every black man in America knows that when that happens, there's actually a possibility his life may come to an end.
You are
that shouldn't happen. It actually happened to me in Louisiana, dressed as I am, going to my uncle's funeral, 2 toddlers in the back. I just picked up my cousin from Chicago, 100 degrees on the road in Louisiana. I'm pulled over and I sat there waiting for the cop to come. I have a habit of always taking my wallet out and putting it on the dash to make sure he doesn't think this is going for a gun. I sat there and sat there and sat there, and I realized he hadn't come. Air condition on, 100 degrees, and I look in the mirror and I see. That's all I heard. As I turned down the window, you hear, "Motherfucker, get out that car, I'm gonna blow your fucking head off." Now, he didn't have the training to say, "I'm gonna come up to the car." I had to tell these toddlers, "Be cool, everything's fine. Uncle Wendell's gonna get out the car. Everyone, don't move." I put my hands up, get the car, open the door from the outside. But I told the officer, "Why didn't you use your PA?" Simple, get in your car. "Well, why didn't you respond?" I said, "I had the windows up, it's 100 degrees and the air conditioner is on. I can't hear you." That's poor training that he didn't know that I wasn't going to be able to hear him in the car. He's going to fire. So it's that sort of incident that happens too often all the time.
So that
white
becomes
America
his
has to
race?
understand that Wendell Allen in New Orleans, Mr. Garner in Staten Island, Michael Brown in Ohio is a constant all over this country. And if we're going to sit here and pretend that we are post-racial, you have to realize that I can't afford for your belief or denial that my life isn't in danger.
Prove that he did that. Prove that that cop, number one, prove that he knew he was black. That's one. 2, prove that he did that because he was black.
By the way, the Wendell Pierce is very, you guys share like 99.9% of views.
Well, he idiot, still idiot.
Right? What he said to me is a reality. When
What's a reality?
Driving while black is a reality, bro.
Let me ask you a question.
Well, hold on, Thunder.
When you was arrested,
he knew he was black because remember, whatever he's stopping him for, he must have seen him drive past. So he must have known if he was black or white.
No, he probably just, "Hey, I'm behind you and you speeding. Pull over, nigga. Get over." That's what he probably pulled him over.
How you know you're a nigga? Pull over, nigga.
No, just come on. You know, like my car. I have 3 cars. One of them has a tent on the back window and all the sides. Ain't nowhere in the world somebody know I'm black. Ain't no way. It's impossible. You can't see me. So nah, he whack.
I don't want to see a police report and the report from internal affairs.
What do you say?
Mongo's later, Thunder want to see a police report and the report from internal affairs. Oh, I can't, yo. I can't.
Ain't nobody black or nowhere in no more danger messing with the police than anybody else. Matter of fact, police shoot and kill more white people than do black. So if anything, white people should be afraid.
Not based off the population numbers, though.
No, you talk about percentages. You talk about percentages.
There are 40 times more black than black people. You have almost 50 million black people.
Of course. So guess what? By default,
150 million whites. So what is your
point? So by default, white people are going to be killed more than black. Maybe not at a higher rate because we don't have as many people. But bro,
well, I'm not disputing police killing blacks, but there's not a lot of black folks that get killed by police on an annual basis. We just get whenever it happens, we get flashbacks. So we get flashback to Mike Brown, to the dude at Garner, Eric Garner, to the dude in New Orleans, to the dude over here. So every time something happens, we get flashbacks. That's what it is. But one of the problems that we don't like as a community is the pushback is, and we say, here the Republican pushback. We are killing each other more than anything else. Homicidal deaths is actually number 7, I think, on the list. I mean, heart disease kills us the most because of obesity. 770,000 people die annually of that. Our health is killing us more. Diabetes is number 4. Cancer is number 6. all those things are killing us. Homicides is, I think, is number 7. It's not even the number 1 killer of black people. But I'm just pointing out, since we're talking about black folks and people dying, we do kill ourselves more than the other races would be killing
Black
us.
people are the worst thing on the planet.
We're what?
We're the worst things on the planet at this point.
What are you talking about?
We're
How
the
are we
worst
worse
people.
than the planet?
We are the worst people on the planet, and it ain't even close.
You know what? Next week's show, does racism exist? We're going to have that debate next week.
It don't exist.
We're going to have that.
Okay, we can do.
I'm play this
Go
video
ahead.
about this white guy that lays out all the things about racism, and we're going to do it. If you
Okay, go ahead.
believe you're saying that black people is the worst, why are we the
The
worst?
worst people on this planet at the current time. Period.
Oh, which black people? Black people in America? Black people in Jamaica? Which black people?
Black people in Jamaica, black people in America, black people in Africa, black people in China, black people in Europe, wherever you want to call them. Black people are the worst people on this planet at the current time.
You know what? I got to pull you down for 5 minutes just for that, just for GP. I can't believe he just said that. This Negro done lost his damn mind. How do you make a decision? All right, let's look at this.
Go ahead.
How many people die of hunger every day? They say like
Hunger?
10,000 people die of hunger every day or something like that.
Okay, cool.
Is that black people's fault?
No. I'm gonna say no.
So how are we the worst? Who's responsible for us starving? Is it black people?
No.
So how are we the worst though? I don't get it. We might do some of the worst things at times. We do some of
the worst.
But white folks do the same things too. Chinese do the same thing. You ever been to Chinatown?
No.
Ask them about the gangs in Chinatown that come from China. They come are Japan and they come from here. And you got to talk about. You can't say black people is the worst. Everybody's the worst.
No. I don't agree.
People, single out black people. Black people. Why?
Who killed more people, black people or anybody other people combined?
Say that again.
Who killed more people, black people or any other race combined? I put black people against any race, all of them together.
Or white people kill more white people than black people. So that argument is null and void.
I don't agree. You got to show that.
What?
You got to show that. I don't agree.
That's crazy, bro. You would say that.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Crazy.
If you bring a bunch of black people to a white neighborhood, that neighborhood will be depleted very soon. Period. There will be crime. There will be homicides, poverty. Bro, we horrible right now. We a mess. And until we
It's
get
black people in Ukraine, right? Black people in Ukraine?
no,
We in Russia?
no,
Are we in Palestine? Are we the ones killing the Palestinians?
no.
So what are you talking about?
All right, let me ask you a question. Do you believe? Now we're not talking about armies. Now, if you want to go army route, then
Well,
if you want to do the army route, do your thing.
You said black people is the worst.
Let me ask you a question.
I
When
can't
you-
agree with that, bro.
I understand, right?
Some agree to disagree type shit.
Let's go to
All right,
let's go to Palestine.
Go ahead. Let me hold
You
my
went to Palestine, right? So Palestine killed 1,300 Jews, right? No problem.
13,000
How many black? Huh?
They killed 13,000 Jews?
No, 1,300
Okay.
on October the 7th.
How many Palestinians died so far from October? Over
Oh, probably, I don't know, 10, 11,000 somewhere in there.
25,000.
I don't think. Okay, fine, 25,000. Let's go with that, right? No problem.
Mm-hmm.
How many black people been killed in America the last
That's a bad category.
the last 5 years?
Go Google right now because I'm gonna go to blackdemographics.com.
All right.
Blackdemographics.com. And let's look at this right now. Let's share this on the screen.
Go
Let's
ahead.
go all these statistics right here. All right. Let's look at population. Latest data, black hand side. Let's look at culture, health, what we do. All right. So see, homicide is number 7, 9,995. This was 2016, right?
So you're saying over the course of 36 years, 9,000 black people killed.
No. That was that year. That was that year. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. The heart disease kills over 77,000 people per year. Cancer, 70,000. The most of the killings is health, but homicide, I'm telling you, like
no,
I said,
most of the deaths are health. We're talking about people being killed. A homicide and death is not the same thing.
I know that, but I'm just trying to tell you what we.
So the homicide, that's say 10,000 people were killed in 2016. 10,000, nigga.
Yeah.
So let's go with your 50,000 in Palestine. No problem. 10,000 from how many black people been killed from 2016 to right now? I guarantee you it's probably 300,000. Talking about some 50,000.
Hold on, let me figure it out.
Go ahead.
Let's go to 2022. 2022, it's crazy. It's 10,470. Hold on, let me share this on the screen real quick. So I don't want nobody to say Garvey lying. It's a problem that we are killing each other, but I know that it's just the truth.
You're talking about cause of death. I'm not talking about cause of death. I'm talking about homicide.
By the numbers, we not the ones that's killing each other the most, though, are dying the most. White folks in general. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Whites are killed less than black people in 2022.
Thank you. I'm by double. That's what I'm telling you. Wow. By double. No, give me the number. Give me the number.
Not double. 7,704 whites got killed in 2022. 10,470 blacks.
How many thousand?
10,000. That's by almost 300, almost 3,000.
Almost double, dog. 3,000 more. Bro, you can't believe it.
10,470 black murder victims. We don't know who killed them, though.
You think black people? You think white people did it? You think white people go? You think the KKK? They got their sheets on killing black people? Nah. You know who did it. You know exactly who did it. You think the Chinese mafia? Nah, bro.
Wow.
Nope. Nah. That's right there. Listen, we 14% of the population, but we killing each other almost 30-40% more, bro. Come on, man. Come on. That's 1 year. So give Palestine 50,000. Whatever you want to, what you said, 25? Give them 25. Fine. That's 3 years. That's from 2022 to right now. I guarantee you, we probably right at that same 25. Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
Now, how many times Israel killed that many Palestinians?
I still don't feel we're the worst, though.
Well, I mean, you ain't got no numbers to back you up.
That don't make us the worst.
You ain't got no numbers to back you up.
We might do some of the worst things, but we are not the worst.
Bro, do you understand the amount of those 25,000 people were killed by way of missiles, tanks? Bro, do you understand? We ain't got none of that.
Well, we got some stuff in our communities. Don't play that.
No, I got 6 guns now. I'm not talking about a gun.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
how many black folks you kill. You don't kill.
Never. I've never shot anybody.
You that statistic too. We got to double check.
I've never shot anybody for the record. But the point is, bro, do you understand that armies are killing 25,000? Let's go with Al Qaeda, nigga. Let's go with America versus ISIS. You can throw all that in there, bro. You talking about armies doing this? Man, it's just regular black people killing 10,000.
I'll say this though: when you talk about the guns in like Jamaica, it's the same U.S. government that actually gave them the guns to kill one another.
Oh, not to mention, let's not get it started. This is 10,000 black people dead in the U.S. alone. We ain't even talking about Jamaica. We ain't talking about Haiti. Nigga, have you seen Haiti now lately? Have you seen the Dominican Republic? All of the hell them people going through? South Africa, the Congo, Kenya. Come on, bro. It's black people killing each other everywhere.
All right. But anyway, we're gonna close.
There you go.
But next week we're gonna have this conversation.
We'll do it.
Does racism exist? And are black people the worst?
Are black people the worst people on the planet?
I beg to differ.
Who the worst? Who the worst?
I think bad people are the worst. You find bad people in all cultures. The majority of black people are very good, hardworking people.
That's a fact.
Don't commit crimes, that don't do anything negative.
That's a fact.
Trying to get better in the struggle. The majority.
That's a fact. So we talking about the majority.
10,000 that died. I mean, the population is over 50 million. So you're talking about a mind less than 10%, less than 5%, less than 2%, less than 1%.
Okay, what about white people? White people got how many white people in America? 300 million. Someone. How many white people? Let me see. You're white people. White people.
Hey, he's saying that black people is the worst people, yo.
In America. Well, no, don't sit here and try to romanticize it. Show me where they are not. Okay, 71% of the people, 61%. Okay, what 71% of 332 million people. I don't know what that is, but let's just say half of that is 100. So that almost 200 million people, white people in this country, somewhere in there. 7,000 of them were killed in 2022. Out of 200-something million.
Yeah. Well, you know what though? There's a lot more to it than just the meat side. You know that. You know there's a lot of stuff going on within the community, and let's do what we gotta do. But we're gonna talk about it, and it's a good conversation. We ain't gotta call him no names.
Oh no, don't even check the chat, bro. We good. They fine.
All I'm gonna say is next week we're gonna have this dialogue. Anybody want to join the conversation? Join the conversation.
Anybody.
This is the real time conversation. You're not gonna find this nowhere else on YouTube. People having this conversation. Whether we agree with Thunder or you agree with me, it don't matter. This is agree to disagree. So peace and love to y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
Hold on, before you now bring your arguments. Don't just argue against me. Argue for you. Argue for your side. Don't argue against me. Argue for you.
I got the arguments ready right now. If you want
okay, no problem. All right.
I got all them arguments and how to defeat them. So I'm not worried about that. But we're gonna be ready next week. All right. Peace out, family. Much love and respect. Thank you again, Thunder. Thank you guys for tuning in. Much love. Share the show, like the show. Tell us how you feel about the commentary. And it's not personal. We just talking about how we feel. Don't take it personal. So in the comments, I can't stand Garvey. Nah, it ain't about that. It's just a show for the public. You see, we tell y'all, if y'all want to come on, we got the link at the top. If you want to get in on beat up Garvey, beat up Garvey. You want to beat up Thunder, beat up Thunder. Let's go. Let's get it. All right.
Let's go.
Peace and love, family. We out of here. I got a lot of work to do, so I got to run early today. All right. But
no problem, man.
All right.
Peace.
Appreciate you, bro.
No problem, man. Appreciate you.